Hey everyone, this is Mr. Dunkel. Today I am here, but I'm giving Explore tests with extended time students. So there's a possibility I may not be here at the beginning of class, which is why I want to make this video to show you what you need to do today. So as you notice, we're in our Science Rotation number 4 folder, and we have the steps 1, 2, and 3 for you to complete. Step 1 is to make sure you have your publisher brochure complete. You should have this finished today. Several of you already have it finished, which is great. Some don't, though. So if you do not, go inside step 1. All your instructions, again, are in here. It's real important, though, when you're finding your information for these panels down here, make sure you just go to one of these links that I already have for you. I've had several students the past few days who have just been going to Google and typing in, natural resources or why is this person famous and things of that nature. If you'll just go to a link here, like for the New England colonies, you'll have everything that you need basically right there. So follow those links. On your brochure, double check yourself to make sure that you have everything included. I've been checking people off, and when we return to class today, I will have you come up and show me your publisher brochure. But before you come show me, double check and make sure you have things correct. I still have people over here, instead of doing maps, they're just putting pictures in. I have people over here who are not doing the welcome with the 2 best things about the region. Again, make sure you're doing your region. You're not doing a specific colony. You're focusing on a region, either New England, Middle, or Southern. And especially down here on page 2, a lot of people are getting the climate fine. I have a lot of people who are leaving out the geography section. So make sure you're talking about the land and what it's like. For the resources and economy, several people do a pretty good job on what the jobs you can do, but a lot of people are leaving out what are the natural resources. So I need you to list what those resources are and then what type of jobs you could do. Religion, most people are doing pretty well there. Major cities, make sure you're listing cities. Still have a lot of people who will come in here and they'll list colonies. So they'll list like Virginia and Georgia. And again, those aren't cities. Make sure your picture is of a city from that time period, 1700s. So you need to double check yourself. Before you come up, look at yours and go through and read it. Make sure that you've done everything that you need to do there. And so you're going to turn that in through the Turn In Assignments Here link. You'll notice here's your colonial brochures brochure. And so just go and turn that in. Now, once you've done your brochure, the next step is I want you to go into step 2, work on Maryville Matters. You'll notice here, this first part talks about how we discuss topics before fall break. So you should have an idea. If you're still struggling with an idea, go inside this folder. You'll notice inside here we have the video. You can watch that again. I've also included a link here. This is a Word document that has a list of several topics as well. So you could read through those and see if anything appeals to you. The key is find something you're passionate about. This is something you're going to be working on for the rest of the school year. And it's a gift. We're allowing you to pick something you want to work on, not something that we tell you have to do. So find something that really interests you or motivates you, that you're passionate about. And so come up with your topic. Then you'll notice it says completing parts 1 and 2. For this section here, it tells you what to do. I want you to go to the assignments link. And I have a folder called Maryville Matters Assignments, and we're going to keep assignments in this folder throughout the year. And they're always very short for Maryville Matters. And so part 1 is simply decide on a topic. So you're going to tell me what topic you decided on. And then the second question you're going to tell me is, how do you plan to share what you learned? So basically what you do is you click on the title. And it's just like submitting any other assignment. Just in this case, rather than browsing for the file, you're just going to come to the comment section and type your answers to questions 1 and 2. And when I talk about sharing, I'm talking about, do you plan to make a video? Are you going to make a website or a blog so that others can learn from you? Now, part 2 is I want you to come up with 3 or find 3 websites where you can find more information to help you with your topic, and list it tells you here, list the name of the site as well as paste the web address, the URL. That way, if the URL doesn't work, I can still look for it by the name. Question number 2, of the 3 sites, which one do you think is most helpful and why? And then the last part, I want you to find 3 people who you could contact to find more information to help you. So, and I mentioned here, legitimately contact. So for instance, let's say your topic was you want to learn how to play the guitar. Now, you wouldn't want to list as an expert someone like Taylor Swift, because you're obviously not going to be able to email Taylor Swift and have her teach you the guitar. But you could, list someone locally that gives guitar lessons, or maybe someone over at Maryville College that plays guitar, that type of thing. Now, the other thing I mentioned in here is, when possible, I would really like you to find the actual person's name as opposed to just the job title. So, for instance, if your hope is to do something to help people at the nursing homes, then look up the nursing home and see if you can find out who the director of the nursing home is. And if you can't find it on their website, sometimes you can just type it in Google. Like, for instance, you can type director of Maryville Asbury Place and do a search for that, and you'll usually find a name of who that person is. So you're going to turn that in there. Now, back to class content, or science rotation. So that's step number 2. If you do have both of those things finished, then the next thing I want you to do is go into Digital Compass. There's a link here which will take you to Common Sense Media Digital Compass site. At the bottom, in just a second, you're going to get click to start. When you click on it, you're going to start a new game. And for your username, I want you to use your 20 and, first 4 letters of your last name, first middle initial, and go ahead and click start to use your normal computer username. And what this is going to do is it's going to have a short introduction here that introduces you to some different characters. You're going to pick one of those characters, and you're going to follow along what it tells you to do. And it's going to ask you questions where you get to decide, make choices for the character. Once you make your choices, it'll take you down different paths, and you'll continue to make choices. Once you finish that, then as it tells you, when finished, go to the assignments link, complete the Digital Compass assignment. So if we go back to assignments, here's a folder for Digital Compass, because we'll have more of these throughout the year. And it's very simple here. Which character did you choose? What problem is the character facing? Based off what you learned, what should a person do if faced with the same problem? So just simply click on the assignment, type your answers down here in the comments section, and then click submit, and you're done. So that's all there is to it. I should hopefully, be back before the end of class. But in case I'm not, that's everything that you need to do. It's all right there laid out for you under the science rotation. So good luck. And when I get back, I'll grade you and have you come up and show me your publisher brochures. Thank you very much.